welcome back to my channel Tech with Adarsh. In the last video we discussed how AI works, but there are certain problems with that model. The number one problem is that how does AI keep all the updated data in the dictionary that we talked about? There are certain ways of keeping this data updated. Today we will be talking about that what are the different ways how the LLM actually keeps the data updated so that we get the most relevant results from it. There are particularly three ways in which the LLM actually keeps the data updated. So as you can see here, the three different types are: the first type is called as fine tuning, the second type is called RAG, and third type is called as prompting. These are the three different proven methods that how actually AI keeps the data updated so that you don't see a result which is like pretty old, right? So I'll give you an example. So for example, if you ask any model that, hey, did India qualify for the semifinals in the T20 World Cup? Most of the models will not give you the updated data because the model would not have been trained till that date. Every model has a cutoff date, and the cutoff date decides that what dictionary will hold, right? Therefore, these methods that we will be talking about today come into picture. Today, we will be mainly focusing on RAG, right? And I will be talking about other two based on the interests that you have, right? So starting with that, how RAG works. Again, we will keep it very simple so that we get the basic understanding that how LLM keeps the data updated using RAG, right? So starting off, what does RAG stands for? So as you can see here, RAG stands for retrieval augmented generation, right? So what does it actually means? Retrieval is something that, hey, I am retrieving the data from some external data source apart from the dictionary that I have. Augmented means that once I have retrieved the data from some other data source, I will augment it with the dictionary which I already had during my training, right? And G is for generation, which actually means that once I have the combined data from all the sources, I'll generate the response for you, right? So let's look at the framework that on how RAG works on again a very high level, right? So for example, say this is the framework that RAG follows, where I am actually giving a query. The query goes to the model, right? Now we can have two ways, right? One model can have a RAG system, and other the model is working without a RAG, right? So if a model works without a RAG, what happens is you get something which is a pretty stale result, right? So it won't have any idea about that, hey, did India qualify for the semifinals or not, right? On the other hand, what if the model had access to some other data source apart from its training data? Yes, then the model will give you the result that you are expecting,